The Eagles hope the home opener will get them back in the win column. However, the visiting Trojans hope to make it 3 victories in a row. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to high school football on Broomfield Channel 8. I'm Bill Rogan along with Ryan Cloberdans, and we're at Kennedy Stadium on the campus of Broomfield High as the Broomfield Eagles host the Longmont Trojans. Longmont 2-0. Broomfield comes into this game 1-1. And Ryan, Coach Davies, he's been around 22 years now as a head coach. He's dealt with injuries and stuff like that before. But this week he's been dealing with something else, a sickness outbreak.
Yeah, the flu has really taken its toll on the Eagles this week. They were down 25 players for Monday's practice and 23 on Tuesday. So there's going to be some guys that may or may not be feeling too great, but they're going to give it a go.
One guy not feeling too great is Dan Gubel, the outstanding junior running back for Broomfield. He's got a banged-up ankle.
Yeah, bum ankle, and Coach said he's going to try to give it a go, maybe a couple of plays, but he said don't count on him to play in this one.
As far as Longmont is concerned, no secret, they like to run the football.
Absolutely, they like to run the football, and they've got a quarterback that can do it for him. Jake Johnson, one of the best in the state, and he can run the football.
And he also can throw, so he's a dual threat.
Absolutely. He was a Northern League, or I should say a 4A first teamer last year, so he's a double threat guy.
So Broomfield's had some sickness. They're banged up a little bit. What do they need to do to come away with a win?
Well, they need to control the clock. They need to control the ball. That means their offensive line and defensive line really need to win the war in the trenches. And, you know, if they can do that, they're going to have a good shot of winning.
Should be a good one. Always an entertaining game. Broomfield and Longmont. Kickoff coming up next. And we are getting set for tonight's game between Longmont, the Trojans, against the Eagles of Broomfield as they are ready to burst through the banner to the right of us. There's the Broomfield Eagles, and they look fired up, and they need a win, Ryan, tonight. There's no question about that.
Oh, absolutely. This is a conference game, and in front of the home stands, or in front of the home fans, this is the one you got to win here. And against a team like Longmont that comes in 2-0, time for a statement game for Coach Davies.
And we talked about Jake Johnson, the dynamic quarterback for Longmont. Gary Davies knows that he has to contain him if he wants a chance to win tonight.
Well, Jake Johnson can do it with his arms and his legs. The question is, which Jake Johnson do you want? Do you want the guy that's going to run all over you, or do you want the guy that you have him put it in the air? And, you know, I think if Coach Davies had his choice, you want him to put the ball in the air.
It is a perfect night for football. Probably in the mid-60s at kickoff. No wind to speak of. Broomfield in the home blue and silver. Longmont in the road whites with blue trim. Longmont won the toss. They deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. They will kick off to begin this game. Joey Sinia, the junior, will kick off for Longmont. And heading deep for the Broomfield Eagles, it's Trent Ireland. He's not big, but he's awfully fast. The junior, 5'6", 145 pounds. Also deep for the Eagles, Dylan Ritker, as well as Hayden Underberg. And we are set for football. Sinia gives it a ride. Ireland has it 1 yard deep, so it'll come out to the 20-yard line. And that's the rule in high school football, Ryan Cloberdans.
Yeah, once it passes the goal line, it's an automatic touchback. You know, saves the kid a little wear and tear on his body as they're flying down the field.
Let's take a look at the offense. Broomfield, led by quarterback Eric Kaiser. The fullback is Jake Wheeler, tailback Dan Gubel. We'll see how his ankle is. The wideouts, Louis Fisher and Zach Gorman. Tight end, Sean Tatum. Nelson, Latimer, Wheeler, Leonard, and Eakes up front. And yes, Jake Wheeler is related. It's his brother on the offensive line. And a good pickup of 4 yards. Sean Gentry on the carry.
Yeah, and Sean Gentry looks like he's got the start. Coach Davies said that it would be a game-time decision for Gabel, and looks like Gentry's going to get the start here. They may not even let Gabel play.
So Cody Wheeler, I was saying, was related to Jake Wheeler. We'll set the defense in a second for Longmont. It will be 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 24-yard line. Gorman to the near side. Split to the far side is Rittker. Here's the pitch to Gentry, and he loses yardage. Good pursuit by the defense, getting his nose in there for the Trojans. It was number 55, Matt Thompson. Let's take another look at that play, Ryan.
Yeah, just a quick pitch to the left side of the offensive line, Bill, and Gentry decides he found himself a hole and cuts it back up, but that hole closed quickly.
Eric Kaiser, junior at 6'2", 170 pounds, brings the Eagles to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 7. Just underway, no score at Broomfield High. Kaiser to Rittker, incomplete, through his hands. On the coverage was Brennan Denis. So it'll be a punting situation for the Eagles. Hayden Underberg, the junior, will kick it away.
Yeah, just a ball that just slipped right through the hands of the wideout. I don't know if he was going to. I don't even think he had first down yardage, Bill. He would have caught that ball at about the 26, 27-yard line, and there was 2 guys all over him.
DJ Fowler, a sophomore, is deep, standing at his own 36, awaiting the punt. It's high but very short. It will bounce at the Broomfield 44-yard line, and it will come to a rest at the 46 of Broomfield. So excellent field position for the Longmont Trojans for their initial drive. Trojans are led by quarterback Jake Johnson. The fullback is Darian Finley Garcia, and the wingbacks are Mark Lipford and Jay Knaus. Tight end is Matt Hart. Split end is Nick Chop. Offensive linemen Hanson, Keller, Coyle, Thompson, and Mann. We'll get the defense for the Broomfield Eagles in one moment.
Yeah, Coach Johnston, they run a multiple double wing, so be prepared for that.
Knaus, the handoff, and he loses yardage. Good penetration. Excellent job by Lewis Fisher, the outside linebacker who also plays wide receiver. The defense for the Broomfield Eagles. Up front, it's a 3-4. The tackles, Valle and Wheeler. Nose guard, DeMichelle. The linebackers, Latimer, Nemi, Tatum, and Fisher. And here we go, the 2nd down play. Johnson looks to throw over the middle, has it to the tight end, Hart. Down the left sideline, and he's out of bounds. 1st down and more. And the Trojans are in business.
Fantastic little misdirection there. And you're going to see that a lot out of the multiple double wing, as I say with air quotes, Bill. A little fake to the back coming through the middle, and we're going to take a look at this, Bill. But Johnson's got plenty of time to stand back there and pick his target, and what better target is there than their big tight end?
Johnson did not play in the opening game in the win over Denver East. Sat that one out. And here's the pitch to the tailback, and going out of bounds was Christian Gunderson, and he picks up some decent yardage.
Yeah, he is almost an end around kind of a play there, Billy. Send the wide receiver in motion from left to right, and they snap it at perfect timing, hand it in the belly of the runner, and he takes off around the end.
8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2. Ball resting at the Broomfield 17-yard line. Lipford comes in with a play. The corners for Broomfield, Trent Ireland and J.J. Blake. The safeties, Gentry and Rittker. Quarterback keeper, Johnson, close to a 1st down. Ball comes loose, but he was down, according to the official. Nice hit by Dominic Nemi. Our officials tonight, the referee is Mike Kelly, the umpire Ron Palucci, the head linesman Mark Ussery, the line judge is Lee Dorr, and the back judge Brian Mills.
Yeah, great hit, as a quarterback keeper all the way through, from the get-go, Bill, and we've got a timeout on the field.
So immediately a timeout with 9:04 to go in the 1st quarter, no score. And Doug Johnson, the head coach of Longmont, out on the field.
He has no problem. He just walked 40 yards all the way across that field to come talk to his players.
You don't often see a coach go out on the field like that. These games will be replayed. You can catch the replay on Tuesday at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 2 o'clock, a matinee special, Thursday night at 8, prime time, and then Saturday night at 6 o'clock. We always suggest, Ryan, that you come to the game, watch it live, and then watch our broadcast. And don't watch it once or twice. Be like a coach. Watch it 4 times.
Break it down.
And our next game will be Erie at Holy Family on September 25th. Always nice to visit Holy Family. They treat us very nicely there. Also later in the season, Thompson Valley at Broomfield, Boulder at Legacy, Faith Christian at Holy Family. And you can pick up copies of the DVDs of this game and all our games for just $10. Go to broomfield.gov. 3rd and 1 from the shotgun. Johnson hands to Knaus. Knaus gets hit, wrapped up hard. Cody Wheeler makes the play. We'll see how it is. The 4th down. Did not get the first down, but Cody Wheeler out of nowhere split that offensive line and made a terrific tackle.
I don't think he got a yard. It looks like he might have lost a little bit of yardage on that. Great play by Cody Wheeler. He's one of the guys that had the flu early on in this week, Bill. So for him to be out there and playing and be effective is amazing.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 1 at the 16. And the nose tackle may have jumped.
Oh, that's a tough penalty on 4th and short.
Trevor Valle looks like the guy who may have been over anxious.
Oh,
and Mike Kelly with the call, offside. And so a gift for Longmont. It will be 1st down, ball at the 11-yard line.
That is a killer penalty. Coach Davies will have a few words for his nose tackle.
And it's frustrating for Broomfield fans and coaches because the nose tackle is right in front of the football. But apparently Johnson's cadence drew him offside. Finley Garcia, the fullback, gets stuffed, maybe gets a yard. Cody Wheeler in on the tackle. Also getting in there was Sean Tatum and a host of blue-clad players. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Ball just outside the Broomfield 10-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go, 1st quarter. No score, Longmont versus Broomfield. Longmont defeated Broomfield last year rather handily. A couple of years ago, Broomfield victorious here. Double tight ends. Johnson, little flare to Knaus. He's got room. He's got a touchdown. Jay Knaus out of the backfield. His 3rd touchdown of the season. 2nd TD pass this year for Jake Johnson, and the Trojans get on the scoreboard first.
That's just a fantastic play design, Bill. After we see this this point after attempt, we'll take a look at the replay, and just a fantastic play design all the way around. And that's one of those touchdown passes that Johnson barely even has to move his arm, and he gets a touchdown pass out of it.
Zinnia will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Huber Parker. The kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Longmont. And Ryan, that extra point by Zinnia looked a lot better than the kicks we were taking prior to the game.
Hey, I got one from 30 yards out. I don't know what you're talking about.
My range is 25. We'll take another look at that touchdown pass.
Yeah. Just prior to the start of this tape, Bill, there was two wing backs and 2 tight ends on the left side of the offense. Basically, that's just a wall to defend off any linebackers or anybody that's going to come over and try to defend that play. There's just almost nothing you can do about it except have a cornerback sit out there home, and Broomfield didn't have that on that play, and that was an easy touchdown for Longmont. Well-designed play, though, by Coach Johnson and his staff.
7-0, Longmont on top. 7:32 to go in the 1st quarter. Trent Ireland is deep, along with Ritker. Also deep is Underberg. The opening kickoff went into the end zone. We'll see if Zinnia can do it again. High end-over-end kick. It will come down to Ireland. Check that. Ritker at the 4. Ritker with some room out to the 25-yard line before he is finally tackled. In on the stop was DJ Fowler. Fowler returns punts. He's just 5'9", 140 on the roster, but that might be generous. But he is a tough kid.
It's always a little generous on high school football. Any football roster, it's always a little generous.
Even college rosters.
That's right.
Then when they get to the combine, the NFL realizes this guy's not 6'6", he's 6'2", 240, not 6'6", 270. Eric Kaiser, QB. And here's Gubel up the middle. Dan Gubel on that gimpy ankle picks up 9, maybe 10. And it is a first down. Dan Gubel averages 8 yards per carry.
And that's why Coach Davies wants him in the ball game. They started the game with Gentry, gave Gubel a chance here in the second series, and you can tell why they want him in the football game. He is explosive.
A year ago, Gubel, as a sophomore, having a terrific year, suffered a high ankle sprain. This year he's got a low ankle sprain, which is better. And Gubel, picking his way through traffic, gets about 4, maybe 5 before he's tripped up.
Tripped up by that ankle, Bill. And he's limping a little bit, and now he'll come off the field. Yeah, tackle that time right on the ankle, and he came up limping just a little bit, but you know Gubel doesn't want to show it because you know he's going to get pulled, and he showed a little bit too much, and they took him out.
The tackle was made by Vaughn Kipper.
That's a good name. Vaughn Kipper. Great name.
Anything would be better than Cloberdans. Fisher splits to the far side. Kaiser the handoff to Gentry, and Gentry falls forward for about a yard. Matt Serbo was the tackler for the Trojans. That will bring up a 3rd and a long 5.
Bill, have you ever seen a quarterback in the shotgun with a running back 4 yards behind him?
It's that new pistol offense popularized by Nevada.
It is something. It almost looks like a 6-man formation a little bit.
Fisher split to the far side. In the slot right is Gorman. Kaiser rolls that way. Looking for Fisher. He's got it. First down, Broomfield. Nice tightrope act by Lewis Fisher, the senior wideout and linebacker. So a nice little drive here. So Broomfield, Ryan, responding to the Longmont touchdown.
Yeah, and Fisher right there just ran himself a nice route, found the first down yardage and cut it back. Fisher's getting looked at by some colleges, Wyoming being one of them, just because he's just a great athlete, and you just saw a little bit of it right there.
Ritker split to this near side. Fake to fullback, and Kaiser keeps and gets nice yardage. Looks like he's just shy of the first down.
And Coach Davies before the game, Bill, had mentioned if Gubel couldn't go, that they'd have to put a few more wrinkles in their offense. One of them being maybe a couple more runs for Kaiser, and if he keeps running it like that,
Justin Hansen on the tackle.
They're going to give him a few more shots at it. He's just got a nice seam right there, led by the fullback, and takes it up ahead for 8, maybe 9 yards.
Sean Tatum with a nice block. And going nowhere is the tailback, Gentry. Loses yardage. Matt Serbo on the stop.
That's just a nice penetration tackle by Serbo as he busted through the offensive line and wrapped up Gentry before he could get the motor running.
Gentry has 4 carries for 10 yards in the early going. Check that, 1 yard. Ace stat man Don Apodaca. Don writes very neatly. That's why I can't read it. I'm used to reading my own scratch. Approaching 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Gentry gets the handoff, plunges forward. Nothing there. Scott Coyle at the bottom of the pile.
He's 18 inches short, Bill, of a first down.
We'll see how good your eyes are, Ryan.
Yes.
It will be 4th and short. And about maybe 18 inches.
It's a long 18 inches. They're going to go for it. I mean, don't they have to? They're kind of in no man's land here where you can't really kick a field goal. You're not going to really punt from here, so you go for it on 4th and 1.
Gary Davies, his own offensive coordinator. Pitch to Gentry. Trying to find a seam, and I don't know. Ball is loose. Scrambling for the fumble. I did not hear a whistle.
Yeah,
So
that ball came out, Bill. Definitely came out.
And we'll see what the call is. Longmont celebrating. Even if Broomfield recovered, it may not be enough for a first down.
Yeah, I don't think he even got back to the line of scrimmage anyway, Bill. So turnover or turnover on downs, it's turnover either way.
So the gamble does not pay off for Broomfield. And it will be first down for Longmont at the 38-yard line.
I don't know if you necessarily call it a gamble, Bill. That's just, you have to go for it in that situation. It's just one of those plays in high school football you have to go for.
Jake Johnson, senior quarterback, gives the ball to Gunderson, and Gunderson is tackled. Nice play by Sean Tatum, the linebacker.
Like a lightning bolt shot through there.
Tatum is 6'3", 225. He's a senior, and he's gotten some interest from some of the schools in this area. And right there is an example why.
That's a wing back right there. He just tracked down in the backfield, just ran him down.
Loss of about 3. Ball at the Trojans 35, second down 13. Johnson on the keep. Downfield. It is incomplete, intended for Knaus.
Alligator armed that one, I think, a little bit, didn't he, Bill?
He might have. Dylan Ritker was there in the area.
Nice throw, Johnson, rolling against his body and throwing on the run. It's a great throw, designed roll out there. He actually had a couple of pulling linemen out there in front of him just in case somebody came to get him, but nice throw on the run. Put it where it needed to be, just right through the receiver's arms.
3rd and 12. A long 12. Ball at the 35. Big play here for the Broomfield defense. Johnson is in trouble and he gets sacked. A Broomfield team meeting on the quarterback of Longmont. And that was a terrific push by the defensive front. Wheeler, DeMichelle, and Valle up front.
Yeah, Nemai came in to get a little piece of the scraps at the end as well. So yeah, definitely a little defensive front meeting there at the quarterback. Big stop for the Broomfield Eagles, big stop.
Hayden Underberg and Trent Ireland are awaiting the punt. Taylor Keller, the right guard for Longmont, is also the punter.
Why not? Why not, right, Bill?
Why not? We'll see. Line drive, should be a return here. Ireland has it at the 28. Ireland out to the 40. May have stepped out of bounds, but he's still on his feet. Look at the little guy go. Ireland gets tripped up at the 40. A big return. I thought he might have stepped out of bounds.
I don't think there's any might-haves about it, Bill. I think he stepped out of bounds and the referees just missed it.
Hayden Underberg is injured for Broomfield. He's at the 45-yard line. We hear a whistle, an official's timeout.
Yeah,
Let's take another look at that. If we can get that replay. Actually, we don't have that replay. We're having a little technical issue in the truck. But that was a case where Trent Ireland, not the biggest guy in the world, but running with excellent vision.
Yeah, and Underberg, the man who's hurt on the sidelines, he was the other deep man, and he kind of led the way for Ireland there and took a shot at the beginning of that run back.
But it did look to me as if he may have stepped out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
I thought about the 40-41. I thought he definitely stepped out of bounds, but you know what? We're way up here. They're down there on the field.
So excellent field position. That was just a net of 5 yards. So first...
Not going to help the average.
No, 1st and 10 for the Broomfield Eagles. Eric Kaiser calling signals. Give to Gentry. 2 arms around the ball as he gets positive yardage. Matt Serbo making the stop along with Brandon Denis.
You see a lot of numbers for Broomfield on offense and defense. With the flu wreaking havoc on this team, they got a lot of guys going both ways tonight, Bill.
Tired group of Eagles tomorrow. This is a Thursday night that we're taping this game. Broomfield does not have classes tomorrow, so it's kind of like a Friday night game. Longmont, however, they do have classes on Friday, and they've got to travel back home after this game, so there'll be some very tired Trojans of Longmont. And moving his way forward, getting some good yardage, is Jake Wheeler, the fullback, junior at 195 pounds. Little misdirection that time by Broomfield. Again, Dinas on the tackle, the senior outside linebacker. And it will set up a manageable third down and about 3 from the 33-yard line of Longmont.
This is a big down for Broomfield as we wind down the quarter, Bill. They'll probably get this play off.
Under 20 seconds to go and counting. 7-0, Longmont on top. But the Eagles are moving. Kaiser keeps dragging a tackler, but he's going to be short of the first down as he was dragging Vaughn Kipper. And that will be the end of the first quarter of play. When we come back, Broomfield will be facing a 4th and 1 at the 31-yard line. High school football on Channel 8. Our score, Longmont 7, Broomfield nothing. We'll be back right after this. Fourth and 1. Handoff goes to Gentry up the middle. He lunges forward to the 30, and it will be close.
I think they're going to give it to him.
The previous drive for Broomfield stalled on a 4th down that was not made. This one they connect on. They needed a yard and a half, and they got a yard and a half and an inch. So 1st and 10 for Broomfield at the Longmont 30-yard line. Bill Rogan along with Ryan Klobernans. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's game. 7-0 Longmont. They scored on their opening possession. Eric Kaiser, the quarterback for Broomfield. Near sideline pass to Fisher. Through his hands, incomplete. Cameron Herbert on the coverage for the Trojans. That's a ball that needs to be caught, and Fisher will be the first guy to say so.
Yeah, I think he not only heard footsteps, he saw the footsteps coming his way and kind of short-armed that a little bit. Bill didn't wrap his hands around it and went through his hands. Luckily, that one wasn't picked off.
Broomfield was fortunate that the ball did hit the turf. It was tipped up. And we know all about that if you're in the Denver area. Brandon Stokely can tell you about tipped passes. 2nd down and 10. Ritker split to the near side. In a slot to the right is Ireland. Here comes some pressure. Kaiser will keep, and he gets nailed out of bounds.
Oh, I don't know if that's the decision you really necessarily want to make.
Scott Coyle and Matt Thompson gave him the business out of bounds.
You got a big number 70 chasing you, and he got popped.
Now, Kaiser is a junior. I'm guessing next year as a senior, he will scoot out of bounds.
Or throw that one away. You're right, exactly.
If he did gain 4 yards, it will be 3rd down and 6.
A little bit of different look here in the second quarter for the Eagles. None of the pistol look, all shotgun.
And we have a holding call coming up as the screen is complete to Gentry. He's tackled short of a 1st down. Edgar Mendoza making the tackle, but we saw the hold on Broomfield, and that was pretty obvious as Mike Kelly, the referee, immediately threw the flag. So we'll see now what Doug Johnson, the head coach of Longmont, will do. Do you push him back and give him another shot, or do you leave him with a 4th and 3?
That's a really good question, Bill.
It's a great question, Ryan.
That's why you asked it? Yeah, that was
mark it off.
Pretty blatant hold, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and accept the penalty, Bill, and give him 3rd and a mile.
That is the 2nd penalty for Broomfield. Longmont has yet to be penalized.
Pretty crucial points in the game, too, for their penalties. On a 4th and 1, and they jumped off sides and gave a fresh set of downs to Longmont, and then right there, 3rd down. Last thing you probably want to do is hold a guy, and they got caught. Pretty blatant hold, though, in the backfield.
3rd and 19 for Broomfield. Ball at the 39 of Longmont. Kaiser in the shotgun. Downfield looking for Gorman. It is intercepted. Mendoza with the pick. It turns out to be like a long punt, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily, you don't want to necessarily punt it away on 3rd down, but really, that's a pretty good punt for high school football, you know. That's pinning them inside the 10-yard line.
But it's a turnover that's not really going to hurt them.
Right, exactly.
And if you don't complete the pass, it's almost good that he caught it in a sense.
Exactly.
But Mendoza gets the pick. 1st and 10 for Longmont, so the...
Mendoza will take it.
Exactly. Pump up those stats. So the Trojans have the ball. Their 3rd possession. Jake Johnson, a little flare out pass to Gunderson. Gunderson gets wrapped up and goes down. Tackled by the cornerback, Trent Ireland. All 5'6", 145 pounds of him, the junior.
Same exact play they scored the touchdown on before, Bill, and this time they ran it to the right side of the line, but Ireland staying home that time and making the tackle out on the outside edge.
A 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6 at the 13-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun. Fires to the near side, incomplete off the hand of Mark Lipford. Moving up on the coverage was J.J. Blake.
Yeah, threw that one behind Lipford. Had to come back and try to pull that one into his body and just couldn't get one big paw on it.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. And this is a key play for Broomfield.
Absolutely.
Hold them here, the Eagles should get good field position.
Absolutely. You hold them here and they punt it away. They could have the ball back on the wrong side of the 50, as you like to say.
Knaus and Lipford, the wing backs. Johnson gets rid of it quickly, complete for a 1st down, out of bounds. Reception by Dalton Cole. And Cole, a big target at 6'3", 200 pounds, a senior. And the Trojans move the chains.
That's a simple 7-8 yard out, needed 7 yards with a 1st down, and run down 7-8 yards, take a right, quarterback hits him in the numbers, and it's a 1st down.
The Broomfield band is here, of course, and they do a great job all the time. No band for the Trojans. More on that in a second. Johnson, 1st down. Down the middle of the field, complete to Hart, the tight end, between 2 defenders. Blake and Ritker make the stop, but a big pickup. And Johnson is starting to catch fire.
And now you
1st and 10 at the Trojans' 47-yard line.
Now you see why he was first team in 4A last year, Bill. He put that sucker right on the money.
Johnson is 5 of 8, 73 yards and a touchdown. Pass is complete to Knaus. And he gets tackled, but after a pickup of about 6 yards, Nemai on the play for Broomfield. I was going to say the Trojans, when I think of the Trojans, I think of dun, 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 dun. That would be the Southern Cal Trojans. That band is not here tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not here. That's a monotonous little song, isn't it?
Dun, 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 dun. And we have a flag. And on the far sideline, the official is getting an earful from Doug Johnson.
It's an odd time to throw a flag.
They're getting a sideline violation. Apparently the Longmont player is a little too close to the sideline. So they'll push him back 5 yards. It will be 2nd down and 9.
Coach Johnson, he probably said a few words that we can't repeat on the television, I'd imagine.
They're not going to mark off yardage. It's just a warning. It's a sideline warning. Next one will result in a penalty. Johnson finds a receiver. And that's Knaus, who has a 1st down inside the Broomfield 40-yard line. Ireland on the tackle.
Completely different offense than we saw in the first quarter, and I think both teams have switched it up quite a bit, making the adjustments. Obviously, Coach Johnson saw something he thought he could take advantage of, and they're coming out slinging it around here in the 2nd quarter.
Thus far, a 52-yard drive for Longmont. They started on their own 9-yard line. 1st and 10. Low snap. Johnson picks it up and he's in trouble. makes the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, got
gets
it back
close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but pretty much back to the line of scrimmage. Had that ball pinned to the ground for an awful long time back there, and Broomfield just couldn't get to it.
Cody Wheeler and Sean Tatum prevented something from happening on the busted play.
How many times have we called their name already tonight?
Very active. Matt Hart, the tight end, comes in with a play. Nick Chop goes to the sideline. 2nd and 11. Johnson facing pressure, and he gets tripped up. Tried to scramble, but he did not go anywhere.
Run by Johnson, number 14.
It was Matt Hurst, I believe.
Tough to see that number.
Yeah, it was tough to see that number. I believe
36, it could be Jordan Iben.
Somebody in the 30s, Bill.
Well, it's either Cannon, January, Payer, Nemi, Kruger, Purse, Iben, Ramsey, or Allen. One of those guys in the 30s made that tackle. Broomfield has very nice looking uniforms, but the numbers are a little difficult to see. Johnson on the keeper. Johnson gets met head on inside the 35-yard line. Fisher making the play.
Luckily, Fisher made that play. Johnson had a head of steam when he caught up to him.
Johnson did not decide to make a move. He tried to run through Fisher. Not a wise decision. 4th down and a long 4. Ball at the Broomfield 32-yard line.
They're going to go for it. It's in that no man's land again, Bill.
Doug Johnson said the thing about his quarterback, no relation by the way, Jake Johnson, is he's a competitor and he gets things done. Pass incomplete, intended for Canals, so Broomfield holds. That was a key defensive stand.
It's a big stop. We're playing this game between the 30s so far, Bill.
6:34 to go in the 2nd quarter. It's Longmont 7, Broomfield nothing. Longmont scoring on a short touchdown pass in the 1st quarter. Eric Kaiser, quarterback, jogs out onto the field. We saw Dan Gubel briefly in the 1st quarter. He's got that ankle injury and he's not out there. Gentry is the tailback. Fisher and Gorman split to the right. A little flare pass, and it's caught by Tatum. Tatum surges to the 40-yard line. Good effort. Devin Strauss on the tackle, but Strauss is 180 pounds, Tatum 225. Tatum took him for a little ride, and good pickup.
Yeah, good pickup on 1st down. A little misdirection, looked like it was going left, turned around and threw it back to the right. Had Kaiser looked up the field a little bit more, he had a wide open wide receiver. It was probably 30 yards down the field. Might have been a little bit too far out of his range to throw on the run, but definitely a wide open wide receiver.
Rittker and Gorman to the left. And some movement, maybe on the offensive line. We'll see what Mike Kelly has to say. False start, Broomfield. 3rd penalty of the night for the Eagles.
Right there, another tough penalty. You got a 2nd and short, a good situation to do a number of different plays, Bill. And you get a false start call and puts them back to 2nd and 7 or 8, and that's tough.
A momentum killer. Perfect night for football. Mild temperatures, no wind, and they're playing on an artificial turf surface.
Pretty much all of them are artificial turf anymore, Bill, except for Holy Family. They still got the natural.
I like the real grass, but I also like artificial turf if it's maintained properly, and this is. Here's Kaiser with a nice little juke move, and Kaiser gets belted out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So he gets back to penalty yardage and then some, and I believe he's got a 1st down.
He put a nice juke move on right here, and he's probably hearing it from his biggest fans, his teammates down there. Has a nice juke move, picked up the 1st down.
When a guy makes a good play by his sideline, he'll hear it from his teammates. 1st and 10, Broomfield at their own 46-yard line. And timeout on the field. Timeout, Broomfield. So the Eagles take a timeout. That's their first of the first half. And we're going to take a look at some of the games we have coming up here on Broomfield Channel 8. Next game will be at Holy Family. Erie taking on the Tigers. Thompson Valley at Broomfield. So we'll be back here in a few weeks. Boulder Legacy, that should be an interesting contest. And then Faith Christian and Holy Family to close it out. And Ryan, our first game this year, we did Mountain Range versus Legacy. Legacy won handily. They're a good football team. But people will remember that game for a long time because of Kip Smith and his 67-yard field goal, a Colorado State record.
Yeah, off of a free kick, he got to line up and kick it without anybody in front of him, which helped a little bit. It was more of almost like a kickoff, but free kick or not, that's unbelievable. That's crushing a ball, and he had a couple of yards distance on that, more distance on there that he could have definitely kicked it from 69 or 70.
If you would like to see that kick, you can simply go to YouTube, type in Kip Smith, and you will see his 67-yard field goal. 1st and 10. Kaiser avoids the pressure and finds Tatum. Tatum barrels forward, 1st down, Broomfield. What effort and determination by Sean Tatum, the senior tight end. And Broomfield back-to-back 1st downs.
And Sean Tatum, we've called his name about 1,000 times on the defensive side of the ball. And here in this drive here, we've called his name at least twice on this drive on the offensive side of the ball. Goes both ways, going to have to go both ways with as much sickness has been on this team in the last week or so. So Tatum definitely making an impact tonight.
You saw the cheerleaders there a moment ago, pretty exuberant. And here's Gentry picking his way for good yardage up the middle. Nice blocking up front. Latimer with a good block. Also, Nick Leonard clearing some room. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3 at the 36-yard line of the Trojans.
Starting to see that Broomfield offensive line gain a little ground back to what they're probably used to. Pushing guys around a little bit, getting some holes made for their running backs and moving the football.
And the left tight end looks like he may have moved. That's Jake Wheeler, the junior. I have good news for our viewing audience, Ryan. The Erie Holy Family game. You will be there. I will not be.
That's good news for everyone, including me.
Very good news. There will be a pinch hit announcer. And that guy is Brett Davis. Brett is in the booth tonight, helping out. Also in the booth, Stan Shelley helping us out. Stan the man. We got Don Apodaca, the enforcer. A crowded booth tonight. But
it's not a big booth.
But the next game you'll hear Brett Davis and Ryan Kloberdanz as Erie takes on Holy Family. That is such a good atmosphere for high school football. I hate missing that game, but you got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
Those prison terms are not fun. Here's Eric Kaiser. Is in some trouble. Launches it downfield, looking for Gorman. Touchdown, Broomfield.
Holy cow, what a throw.
A 41-yard connection.
Oh, man, what a throw, Bill. What a throw on the run.
Zach Gorman on the reception, kept his feet in bounds. And Kaiser is being pressured. That was not an easy throw on the run. So now the extra point attempt.
Sometimes you just got to give it to your players and let them make some plays, Bill, and that's exactly what happened.
Backup quarterback Tyler Albo will hold, and it will be Cody Wheeler attempting the extra point, and a flag flies.
It's a couple of times now, Bill, where flags have flown before they even really set up the offensive line. It looks like it's going to be...
Actually, it is not Cody Wheeler attempting the extra point. It is Drew Clark, backup offensive lineman. 64, not 54. So Drew Clark will attempt to tie this up from 5 yards deeper. Or no, actually not.
It was on Longmont.
It was on Longmont. My mistake. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:24 to go in the second quarter, Broomfield has evened the score at 7 with Longmont. And Ryan, that was an impressive drive, and the replay machine is working. Rocky's got it going, and here we go.
Yeah, so this pocket doesn't necessarily hold so much for Broomfield. And that is a throw right there on the run, Bill. That is almost unteachable. Just over the outstretched arms of the defender, and nice presence by the receiver to keep his feet in bounds, catch that ball in, Gorman, and just catch that ball and then lay out of bounds. Just a fantastic concentration on that receiving end.
Just the third catch of the year for Zach Gorman, 6'2", 165-pound junior. He only needed 1 foot in bounds. He got both down.
Well, why not get both down if you can, you know?
Tyler Grosick will kick off. Knaus is deep, but it's taken by Finley Garcia. Now the little pitch, and that goes nowhere. Broomfield was not fooled at all. Nemai in on the tackle. Also in on the stop was Sean Gentry, as taking the brunt of that hit was Ryan Charles.
Yeah, Charles is probably thinking to himself, don't hand it to me, don't hand it to me, and he gets the ball and gets destroyed.
So a little chicanery by Longmont does not pay off.
Yeah, and it looked like Coach Davies has done his homework on that little play. That didn't really fool anybody.
One thing about both of these coaches, they're not going to be fooled too often, especially Gary Davies. Here comes the blitz. Johnson gets it away to Knaus. Knaus has first down yardage. J.J. Blake on the tackle with Nemai. And a good pickup. We have an injured Broomfield player who is face down at the 9-yard line. Broomfield next will be at Niwot. Then they have 4 straight home games before they finish up at Skyline. Johnson now 8 of 12, 102 yards and a score. I'm not sure who the injured Broomfield player is. He is moving his legs and his arms. That's the first thing you look for with injuries. And Longmont, they take on Fossil Ridge next. Then they have 3 road games. So,
well, this one, Bill, the one on the 16th is not necessarily a road game. That's Skyline High School. That's right there in their hometown. They'll be on the other side of the stadium, the other side of the stands, but not necessarily a road game.
And if you like the city council meetings, certainly tune in to KCCB, Channel 8. Know what's going on in your community. And they are rebroadcast the second and fourth Tuesday, and then rebroadcast on Thursdays and Saturdays. And here's some local programs. I believe that Broomfield Cable is going to have one of your shows, Ryan, Fitness with Ryan Kloberdans. There's some of the shows, Family Fun and Fitness, On the Beat with the Broomfield Police Department, Off the Page, In the Works. Good stuff. Alec Nelson is the injured Broomfield player, and he's walking off the field under his own power, but walking gingerly. Calendar of events, here we go, Fishing at the Bay. Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day, one of my favorites. Broomfield Depot 100th birthday celebration. Go to broomfield.org or call 303-469-3301. So here we go, 1st and 10 at the 30 or 29-yard line. Downfield, Johnson overthrows his tight end. Pass was intended for Nick Chop. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Nick Chop is a tough guy to overthrow, 6'4", 205. It's a tough guy to overthrow, and Johnson just missed him.
Chop has 4 catches in the first 2 ball games, none thus far. Under 3 minutes to go, 7-7 tie, second quarter at Broomfield High. Longmont 2-0 on the season. Johnson faked the pitch, and he goes nowhere. This Broomfield defense is playing with some hostility right now, Ryan.
Yeah, they're swarming to the ball right there. If it was me and Johnson fakes that pitch, he's gone. He's gone. I'm never going to be able to catch up to him. Thank God they're still in high school and still fast. Great ball fake, though, by Johnson.
Leading the way on that tackle was Nick Leonard. And he had a little help from his friends. 3rd down and 10, still at the 29-yard line, so no gain on the play. Moving to the far side, Ryan Charles. To the near side, Nick Chop. Johnson looking for Charles. Incomplete. Nice effort by Charles, just out of his reach at the 36-yard line. And Broomfield's defense holds again, and they will get the ball back. 2:03 on the clock. Broomfield has 2 timeouts remaining. And Gary Davies would like nothing more than to at least get a field goal opportunity and wind that clock down.
Absolutely. Great stop by Broomfield. Going to get the ball back in some pretty decent field position, barring some monster kick here by the punter as we take a look at this replay, Bill. Just underthrown.
Keller will kick. High kick. Ireland lets it bounce at the 46-yard line, and it will be down right there at the 46. So 1st and 10, good field position for the Eagles with 1:54 to go.
Fantastic field position. Exactly where you want to get the ball back if you're Broomfield. Well, not exactly. I guess you could get it back at the 5 or something.
You'd rather block the punt and get it at the 1-yard line. But you can't get greedy.
Good field position. You got, let's see what the 2-minute drill, if you will, looks like for Broomfield.
They spotted at the Broomfield 47-yard line. Junior signal caller is Eric Kaiser. Fake short, throws long, and it's stop and go. Incomplete to Fisher. And good coverage by Devin Strauss. He was not faked out by the pump. He also had safety help from Dylan Huber-Parker. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I really didn't fool a whole lot of people on that defense on the defense for Longmont. Good guy to throw to, though. Throw it to your biggest man on the field if you're going to try to throw it up in the air like that.
2nd down and 10. Good crowd here for the home opener.
Yeah, a little ruckus here.
Gorman in a slot to the right. Ritker split to the far right side. Fake the draw. Kaiser, good scrambling. Pass incomplete, nearly intercepted by Cameron Herbert at the 45-yard line, and Herbert upset with himself.
That thing almost stuck in his face mask. He'll have as soon as his head hits the pillow tonight, he'll wake up with a nightmare of that.
And we'll see a squandered opportunity here.
Almost a fake Statue of Liberty there, Bill. You know, hold it on the hip, and Kaiser rolls to his right. Throws a dart on the run, and hit him in the face mask and in the hands.
Did you say Kaiser rolls to the right? Good pressure by Scott Coyle on the defensive front for Longmont. Kaiser will keep up the middle. He's got the 1st down at the 41-yard line. Brandon Denis combining on the tackle with Dylan Huber-Parker. And they're in a hurry-up offense. Broomfield does have 2 timeouts remaining here in the 1st half. Clock at 1:35 and counting.
Plenty of time.
You sound like a coach there, Ryan.
Plenty of time.
Slant pattern complete to Ritker inside the 25-yard line. Tackled by Matt Martine. And Broomfield getting close to field goal range.
If Martine plays off that far, that will be open all night. That's a simple pitch and catch.
Clock stops momentarily at 1:24 while they move the chains. Gorman to the near side. Ritker split to the far side. In a slot, it's Avery. And Kaiser gets drilled. Lance Kelleher, the senior, brings him to the artificial turf surface. And Broomfield may take a timeout here. They do. They have 1 left.
Oh, goodness. Kaiser probably wants to not run so gingerly into that offensive line there. He kind of took his time a little bit and wasn't running with a full head of steam and paid for that one.
Bill Rogan along with Ryan Kloberdans. We're at Broomfield High School. Broomfield looking for their 2nd win of the season, but their 1st in Northern Conference play. And Ryan, minute 7 to go. We're tied at 7. If you're Gary Davies, you have a little momentum here. What's your 2nd and 11 call at the 22?
Well, you're not technically in field goal range yet. Coach Davies said that his kicking, his field goal kicker is about 35 and in. So if I'm Coach Davies, I'll probably play it a little conservative here. You've got 4 downs. This is probably 4-down territory for them, unless they get the ball a little bit closer. So probably going to see a run. Probably Kaiser. Keep it in Kaiser's hand. Let him make a good decision and try to make some yardage out of it.
And Gary Davies is his own offensive coordinator. I think he might go back to that slant we saw a moment ago to Ritker.
Well, and you're not going to see, you may not see him put it in the air, because if it's an incomplete pass and the clock stops, probably want to take a little time off this clock and work it down closer to the goal line if you can.
So 2nd down, 11 for the Eagles. Ball at the 22-yard line of the Trojans. Eric Kaiser in the shotgun. Blitz. Escapes. In trouble. Down. Swarmed under by Justin Hansen and Scott Coyle. Also making a good play was Paul Johnson, the senior defensive lineman. And Broomfield now takes their final timeout.
Probably not the ideal play that Coach Davies was looking for there. Complete busted play from the get-go. Kaiser did as well as he could just to get the ball back close to the line of scrimmage.
That's a good point. He could have easily lost 6 or 7 yards there.
Oh, easily, yeah. And then, you know, you probably, at this point, if they don't gain any more yardage on 3rd down, you probably line up and try a long field goal. Give your guy a shot before halftime.
If they were to attempt a field goal right now, it would be about a 38-yarder. Maybe, well, it's at the 33, so probably a 40-yarder. So the ball at the 23-yard line, 3rd and 11, 56 seconds to go in the first half. Even at 7. Longmont a touchdown in the first quarter. Broomfield 1 here in the second quarter. Little pass to the tight end. Tatum gets it inside the 15-yard line. I think he's short of a first down, but now you're in field goal range and decision time for the veteran coach Gary Davies. And it looks like he's going to go for it, Ryan.
I think he's going to go for it. He hasn't even thought about sending anybody else onto this field as far as the kicking unit goes. And 4th down and 2.5, 3.
They have to get inside the 11-yard line.
And remember, they're out of timeout. So if they get inside, the clock will stop momentarily as they move the chains, but the clock will keep running after this.
Gorman and Ritker to the left side. Gentry is the running back. Fake to Gentry. Kaiser keeps. First down and more. Kaiser, touchdown. A 14-yard scamper on 4th down, and Broomfield takes the lead.
Just a fantastic read by Kaiser. Gets a nice, huge hole on the right side of the offensive line and just takes it in for 6. Bill, we'll take a look at the replay after the point after, but good work by the offensive line and a couple of linemen pulling on that play as well. Just a great run, great read, great play call by Coach Davies.
Drew Clark will try to split the uprights again. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up and through. So Broomfield, a couple of second quarter touchdowns. They now lead 14-7 over Longmont with 45 seconds to go in the half. And let's take a look at that sensational run by Eric Kaiser.
And Kaiser's had quite a few runs like this in the first half, Bill. He faked to the tailback on the way through. There's a pulling wing back right there, and Kaiser makes one man miss. Really didn't even get a hand put on him as he rounds the right edge of the defense or the offensive line and goes in for 6.
Now, if you're a Broomfield fan, you can't be all happy and giddy because with 45 seconds and 2 timeouts left, Jake Johnson can move the ball down the field pretty quickly for the Trojans. 2
timeouts and one heck of a throwing arm. We'll see what they can do with it.
And a squib kick by Grosick. It's fielded by Finley Garcia. Good return out to the 29-yard line. And with 39 seconds left, that is where Broomfield will be on defense, Longmont on the offense. And Ryan Cloberdans, we have a celebrity in the booth.
Oh, great.
Ed Gutierrez of the Rocky Mountain Nationals. He's well known in wrestling circles in Colorado. my broadcast partner for a lot of wrestling events. Here he is, along with his wife, Julie. Good heavens. We've got a crowded booth tonight. Did you bring any food, Ed? Johnson back to throw, downfield. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Intended for Hart. Sean Tatum on the coverage. And it'll be second down and 10, 35 seconds left.
Little prevent by Broomfield there, playing a couple of guys deep, pretty much as deep as you're going to see in high school football. And Johnson had a guy across the middle and just overthrew him again. Across the middle 2 times now, he's overthrown him.
And coming up at halftime, we will have the stats. Review of the first half. Johnson rolling out to the near side, throws across his body, and it is almost intercepted. Good heavens. Zach Gorman, and he had some room on the far side of the field if he comes down with that pass.
That'd have been his second touchdown reception tonight, maybe, Bill.
Yes, it could have been a pick six, an offensive touchdown and a defensive one. Right now, Broomfield has all the momentum. Coming in for the Broomfield Eagles along the defensive front, James Roberts. He's just a sophomore, and they probably told him, sick the quarterback. 3rd and 10. Here's the handoff to Gunderson around the right side, and he will be pushed out of bounds. That stops the clock with 22.9 seconds left. I would surmise that Longmont will punt the ball away.
I would imagine they would, Bill. I mean, why would you go for it this deep in your own part of the field if you don't have to? Punt the ball away and have Broomfield take a knee and get into halftime and try to regroup.
Keller will punt, and here's an opportunity for a free catch, or fair catch and a free kick, but I don't think Broomfield has the kind of kicker like Kip Smith of Legacy. But a very similar situation to last game we did, Ryan.
Looks like we got a timeout, Bill. Timeout by Longmont.
Longmont has 1 timeout left. Broomfield is out of timeouts. 2 men are deep for Broomfield, Ritker and Ireland. If I was Broomfield, here I'm gonna be coaching for Gary Davies.
Okay,
here.
all right. Well,
he's only been doing this 22 years.
How long have you been coaching?
I haven't been coaching, but I have been announcing for 25 years, which is more than Gary Davies has been a head coach. As you see the upcoming schedule, Niwot is next for Broomfield, but they're more concerned right now with this. But I would try to put on a rush, and if you rough the passer or rough the kicker, no big deal. There's less than 20 seconds left. If I were Broomfield, I would put on the rush. Now, if I was Doug Johnson of Longmont, I would have a fake.
Oh, so you're just trickery all the way around. Is that what you're saying?
You don't see too many fake punts in your own territory.
No. Not very often, especially with just 20 seconds left in the half. It's not like it's 20 seconds left in the game. Or well, if Broomfield, let's say Broomfield does go all out, and they try to block this and they do get a roughing, then you give them a first down.
But there's so little time left.
Still have a timeout and a big arm.
Good point.
Always
Ryan.
give them a chance to score, and that's Gary Davies is not going to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why Ryan Cloverdance is well known as the ace color analyst in the state of Colorado. Okay, here we go.
Write that down, everybody. Write it down.
Taylor Keller, the punter. Gets it away. Trent Ireland calls for the fair catch and has it at the 26-yard line. 15 seconds to go. I have a feeling Gary Davies will play it safe, and that would be the right thing to do. However, I would like to see a triple reverse.
Well, you never know. That's the best part about high school football. You just never know.
Well, we've seen so many of Broomfield's games. I am certain that Eric Kaiser will take a knee here.
Yeah,
I'll
and
be
that's
shocked if he doesn't.
Smart play by Broomfield. Just put a knee on it, go into halftime with the lead, with the momentum. Looked like they were a little bit on their heels in the first quarter, but they came back fighting in the second quarter, and they've got the momentum going into the locker room, Bill.
Kaiser's in the shotgun.
He sure is.
They're going to throw. I'm shocked. Incomplete, intended for Gorman.
Yeah, that's a very odd play call, Bill. And we've watched a lot of Gary Davies games over the years, and That is a shock to me.
It is. 12 seconds on the clock.
Maybe he thought he could still get in, maybe a couple of quick plays and get yourself out of bounds and get yourself in field goal range, but have to be big
sideline
plays.
Passes, if somebody jumps it, it could be disastrous for Broomfield.
Hey, he's throwing like a 30-yard out right there, basically.
And here's the handoff to the tailback. And that is Sean Gentry, and that will run out the clock. So Broomfield, after falling behind early 7-0, storms back with a couple of touchdowns in the second quarter to take the lead. And we are at halftime. Our score, Broomfield 14, Longmont 7. When we come back, we'll have the halftime stats and a recap of the first half after this. And welcome back to Broomfield High School. We are at halftime, and the Broomfield Eagles lead the visiting Longmont Trojans 14-7. The scoring summary we'll get to in a second, but there are the stats. Rushing yards, Broomfield 84-18. Passing yards pretty even. Total yards 184-120 for Broomfield. Penalties not too bad for either team. 4 for 25 yards for Broomfield, 1 for 1 yard for Longmont. That was on that extra point. And Broomfield had 1 turnover on the long pass. Pretty even stats, but Broomfield, Ryan, started taking control in that second quarter.
Yeah, definitely made some adjustments in the second quarter and started putting the ball in the air a little bit more and ended up throwing a touchdown pass in that second quarter as well. Long pass, 41-yarder to Gorman. Individually, Bill, for Broomfield, Gentry is actually, Kaiser is leading the way on the ground for Broomfield. 8 rushes for 51 yards. He's also the quarterback. I don't know if you knew that.
I knew that.
Okay, good. That'd be he is 6 for 16, 100 yards in the air, and one pick and 1 touchdown. I should say 6 for 11, Bill. Sorry about that. And 100 yards, 1 pick and 1 touchdown. And for Longmont's really not doing a lot on the ground, Bill. Johnson is their leading rusher, 5 rushes for 8 yards, and he is also the quarterback. He is 9 for 15 for 102 yards and 1 touchdown. That's pretty much it for Longmont. They've really done most of their damage through the air.
And we said at the top of the show that it was important for Longmont to run the ball, but Broomfield's been able to stop them. Scoring summary, Longmont in the first quarter on their first possession, Johnson an 11-yard pass to Knaus. The extra point was good, 7-0 Longmont. Second quarter, Broomfield, Kaiser, a 41-yard pass to Gorman. The extra point tacked on. That was good for 7-7 the score. And then Broomfield took the lead late in the second quarter. Kaiser, a 14-yard run on a 4th and 3. Extra point was good, and that's where we stand, 14-7. Broomfield leads. Both teams are on the field warming up. Third quarter kickoff coming up next. A perfect night for football here in Broomfield, Colorado. Bill Rogan along with Ryan Kloberdans, and we hope you're enjoying tonight's telecast. And Ryan, a very entertaining first half of play.
Yeah, it actually was. You kind of saw the tale of two different quarters from both teams. Broomfield started off a little sluggish, a little skittish, and turned it around in the second quarter. Exact opposites for Longmont, as you see the student section of the Broomfield Eagles standing, which they do the entire time. We are right
There's
there.
Don Apodaca waving.
And but kind of the tale two quarters for Longmont as well. Came out firing on all cylinders and then kind of sputtered a little bit in the second quarter. Oh, there's us. I should stand for everybody.
Here we go. Don Apodaca, Brett Davis, guys, Ryan Kloberdans, and there's me. Here we go. Grosick to kick off. It is short, and it will go out of bounds. That is not a good way to start the half for the Broomfield Eagles. So the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line.
I'm not going to lie to you, Bill. That wasn't even close. That went out of bounds at the 15.
So it will be 1st and 10, Longmont at their own 35-yard line. Again, the quarterback for Longmont is Jake Johnson. Running backs Gunderson and Finley Garcia. Lipford and Knaus also get action out of the backfield. Hart is the tight end. Up front, Coyle, Thompson, Keller, Hanson, and Mann. Gunderson on the pitch. Gunderson, big yardage. Out to the 50, down to the 46-yard line. A 19-yard gain.
Where was that in the first half, Bill? Boy, weren't really doing much on the ground at all against this Broomfield Eagles defense, and right out of the gate here, they came firing.
1st and 10 at the Broomfield 46-yard line. And here's Knaus, big yardage. Knaus tackled inside the 30-yard line. Ireland on the stop. Also on the play defensively was Ryan Kennedy, a senior. So big chunks of yardage. 35 yards on this drive, 2 plays.
Yeah, all on the ground as well, which we didn't see much of anything on the ground in the first half.
Maybe Doug Johnson a little talking to
fired him up
troops.
a little bit.
Straight up the middle, Knaus dragging tacklers for about 3 yards. And typically, as in the first half, Cody Wheeler, last guy off the turf, making the tackle. He'll make it a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8, ball on the 28-yard line. A raucous crowd here at Broomfield, but they're a little quiet now after a good start to this 3rd quarter by the Trojans. Longmont in white, Broomfield in blue. Fake to Gunderson. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Pass was intended for Nick Chop, the split end. And I'm not sure who the man was who laid the lumber on Jake Johnson, but the senior quarterback certainly did not enjoy that.
Yeah, he stood in there as long as he could, try to deliver that ball, but just waited a little bit too long, couldn't get anything on that throw and threw it short.
3rd down and 8. Lipford gets a block from Johnson, but does get close to the 1st down. I'm not sure if he got it. Might be a little shy.
He is going to be really close, though, Bill.
And it was Cody Wheeler on the tackle. So 4th and less than a yard.
And I don't think they're kicking it.
Quarterback keeper here.
You got a 210-pound quarterback there. Kind of tough not to do that.
The center is Scott Coyle, 6'2", 230 pounds. And 1st down, it appears. Flags fly, and it came from the referee standing in the backfield. Illegal motion on Longmont. Oh, a costly penalty. They had the 1st down, and now decision time for Doug Johnson, the 10-year head coach at Longmont. Doug Johnson's been there a while, by the way. 7 seasons as an assistant, now in his 10th season as the head coach.
I think they're going to go for it, Bill. They're not necessarily confident in their kicking game. Looks like they're going to go for it. And I believe that illegal motion penalty was called on the quarterback. He took a step back before the ball was even delivered to him from the center.
4th and a little more than 5. And Gunderson is short. Nemai on the tackle. Dominic Nemai, the 6', 190-pound senior, with a sure tackle. In Broomfield, off to a dubious start in the 3rd quarter, tightens the D and makes a crucial 4th down stop. Good heavens. And that is the 2nd time tonight they've been stopped on downs. Longmont.
Yeah, a little nervous energy in the crowd there to start that
Exactly.
this 3rd quarter, Bill, but great stop by Broomfield. Let's see if they can turn it into points.
Kaiser is the quarterback. And he gives the ball to the tailback, and that is Sean Gentry. Gets maybe a yard, perhaps 2. That'll bring up a 2nd down and a long 8 at the 25-yard line. Approaching 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Eagles 14, Trojans 7. Crowd is booing. I'm not sure who they're booing. Unless they announce that Ryan Cloberdans is in the house.
Well, that's not going to be the first or last time that happens, Bill.
Kaiser keeps up the middle. Tripped up, but he plunges forward to the 33-yard line. Getting a hand on him was Scott Coyle, or that could have been a big, big gainer. Yeah,
Scott Coyle just saved his team a whole lot of heartache right there by just getting a hand on him and getting just enough of him to trip him up. Close to a first down, Bill. It's just a third and short, and this is, if you're Broomfield, this is what you want. Third and short, third and manageable. You got a number of different plays you can call right here.
Kaiser keeps. First down as he gets spun down at the 42-yard line. Tackled by Lance Callahar, senior inside linebacker for the Trojans. So Broomfield will maintain possession. And I've been very impressed with the way this Broomfield offense, after a slow start early in the game, they are moving the football almost at will.
Yeah, they've really made a couple of adjustments, kind of got out of the pistol a little bit, more of the shotgun look, gives them a few more options.
Kaiser, nice evasive move, and he takes what could have been a loss into a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, rolling left. There was not a soul open on that, and he made the right decision. Just tuck it, try to get some positive yardage out of it.
Dylan Huber Parker, safety, a senior for Longmont, with the stop. Kaiser, 10 carries, 69 yards. More importantly, very good decision making.
Yeah, he looked in downfield. He's seeing no one open and just decides to tuck it under and take off down the field. Great vision, trying to find himself a seam to make some positive yards out of a pass play that was kind of busted from the get-go.
Gentry with room, inside the 35, inside the 30-yard line before Mendoza tackles him with assistance. So a big pickup, and Broomfield first and 10 at the Longmont 29-yard line.
Yeah, Gentry with a nice move, and we're going to see one cut here, Bill, that makes Gentry pick up about another 15 yards. It's right there. Whoop. He decides to go out to the outside and tries to find a seam as he's making his way down the sidelines, and nice gain for the senior.
Mendoza and Chop on the tackle. Gentry stumbling forward, still gets yardage. Nice forward lean, and he's inside the 25-yard line. Second down and 5 for the Eagles.
Edgar Mendoza paid the price for that. We're going to watch at the end of this replay, Bill. Edgar Mendoza doesn't want anything really to do with this run. Maybe doesn't even know it's coming his way, and just kind of leans his shoulder in and took a helmet right in the midsection.
Midway through the third quarter, Eagles looking for more points. They're up 14-7. Double wideouts to the left. Kaiser keeps, flings it toward the tight end, Tatum. Overthrown. Tatum covered by the safety, Huber Parker. Third down and 6. Good pressure by the defensive line, especially Justin Hansen, who was in the face of the quarterback.
Little pressure off that outside edge there, too. It's a slow developing play. There's almost 2 or 3 fakes there, Bill. He fakes to almost everyone running through the line, and then he's got to turn and make a throw with a guy bearing right down on him. That's a tough task for a quarterback, but Kaiser made a nice throw just a little bit over the head of his receiver.
Fake to Gentry. Kaiser keeps, and Kaiser gets inside the 20. I believe he has a first down.
That's going to be close.
It is a first down. And that play, the fake to the tailback and the keeper by Kaiser is working. The right guard, Nick Leonard, and the right tackle, Colin Eakes, have been opening up some terrific holes. Also give some credit to the center, Cody Wheeler. But the right side of that Broomfield line right now is dominating the left side of the Longmont line. Would you concur, Mr. Kloberdans?
Yeah, I would.
First and 10. Slant pattern to Ritker, complete, and Ritker gets popped. But he held on to the ball. That's the main thing. Jake Johnson, the quarterback, moving into the defensive backfield, putting a vicious hit on Dylan Ritker.
That's 210 pounds coming straight at you, Bill, and Ritker took it pretty nicely.
You have to be brave on those slant patterns because you can run into a safety head on like that. But a good pickup, 2nd down and 3. 7 more passing yards for Eric Kaiser. Ireland split to the near side. Kaiser will keep, again going right side. He's got a 1st down just outside the 5-yard line.
This is basically a spread offense. They run the pistol every now and then, but that's basically a spread offense, just a read by the quarterback, whether to hand the ball off to his running back up the hole or to tuck it. This time he just follows his running back through the same exact hole and gets the 1st down.
Again, another nice block by Nick Leonard, 6'2", 220-pound junior. Gary Davies is saying, we'll run it until you stop it. Here it is again, and they stopped it.
There it is. There's the stop. Really no shot for Kaiser on that one. He took 2 steps towards the line of scrimmage, saw a ton of white shirts, and just fell to the ground.
Matt Serbo and Scott Coyle combining on the
little dog pile on Kaiser right there.
Ireland comes out. Coming in with the play is Zach Gorman, who has a touchdown catch tonight. Under 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Broomfield up by 7, looking for more. Gentry is the running back to the right of Kaiser in the shotgun. He's got some room. Kaiser dives for the pylon and is knocked out of bounds just short. Preventing the touchdown was Cameron Herbert. And now it is 3rd down, and we'll see where they spot it. Is that at the 2, Ryan?
1.5, 2,
get the binoculars out. I always bring the binoculars. Once in a while I use them. And here we go. They're going to spot it at the 2.
Yeah, about the 2. He took a step out just short of the 2, but with forward motion and the ball, they give him the 2-yard line. So
3rd and goal to go from the 2-yard line. Ritker split to the far side. Handoff to Gentry. Touchdown! As he followed Nick Leonard into the end zone. I tell you what, we don't always talk about offensive linemen, but Nick Leonard was just a blocking machine on that drive.
Yeah, he just owned that entire right. You saw the entire drive, Bill. I don't know if they ran one play to the left side. They've obviously found a mismatch on that right side of the offense, and they're definitely exploiting it.
Extra point try by Drew Clark. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Broomfield up 20-7. Snap, place, kick, and it is now 21-7. As Clark is perfect again. 3:33 to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-7 Broomfield. And Ryan, take a look at this touchdown.
Well, they're going to run it off the right side again, just dominating on the right side of the offense. Gentry makes one move, barely gets a hand on him. Dominic Nemai with a nice little kick-out block there on the cornerback as well, Bill. Gave him a nice open running lane, and that's going to be about as easy a touchdown run as Sean Gentry's going to have for the year.
So 21 unanswered points. And the hometown crowd, the first home game of the year for Broomfield. Right now they are pleased. Kicking off will be Tyler Grosick. And Grosick's kick comes down to the 6-yard line where it's taken by Finley Garcia. And he takes it out to the 27 and no more.
Much better kickoff that time, Bill, by
Good
Broomfield.
special teams coverage,
That's
and
right.
we have a Broomfield player getting up slowly. He seems to be okay. That's Nimai. I think he was getting up slowly because somebody was laying on him. I didn't see that part. So some work to be done by Jake Johnson. Doug Johnson, the head coach, no relation to his quarterback. He said that this guy is a competitor, doesn't take losing lightly. Well, now is where the Trojans need to rely on their senior quarterback. Here's the pitch to Gunderson. Through traffic, getting good yardage, and Sean Tatum eventually rides him down. Also in on the tackle was Hayden Underberg.
And Jake Johnson flips that little pitch out and then turns and barrels ahead and makes a block downfield. And that's not a bad little blocker to have. He's probably, fourth, fifth, sixth biggest guy on the field at this moment. He's going to lay the wood to somebody.
2nd down and 3. Ball resting at the 34-yard line. Here's Knaus. Knaus will lose a yard. Pushed back. J.J. Blake slams him to the artificial turf.
Bounced his helmet off the turf.
Could have been a penalty. We have an injured Trojan laying on the field. Not sure who it is, and let's hope he's okay. I love high school football, everything about it except one thing. The injuries really bug me. I hate seeing a kid get hurt, but it's part of the game. Now let's take a look at the upcoming football schedule here on KCCB Channel 8. Our fine director, Victor Seif. I always like to mention that because A, he's a fine director, and B, I like to get paid. September 25th, Erie at Holy Family. October 2nd, Thompson Valley and Broomfield, right here. Then Boulder Legacy and Faith Christian and Holy Family. That will be a holy war, that game. And you can, and I'm also being reminded to say that Kim is here as well. The head chief, I don't know if that's her title, but Kim Greason really runs the show here. Without Kim, there would be no football games. And then there's the upcoming playback schedule.
Let's see if we can see where the injured man is number 9, Nick Chop. He just rolled up on there in the middle of that pile, Bill, and looks like he's going to be all right. Big kid, 6'4". He's a tall load to bring down, but looks like he's going to be all right.
He walked off under his own power. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him. So 3rd down and 3. Crucial play for Longmont. And it's a 1st down and more. Lipford down the right sideline, inside the 40. And a big play by the Trojans.
He turned that corner, and he put it in another gear.
And that was a pickup of 24 yards.
Basically the same play we've been seeing from this offense all this quarter, Bill, and Lipford just takes over to the right side. A nice blocking downfield by his wide receivers on the right side, and Lipford was trying to get a little stiff arm there at the end. And nice gain.
Taylor Keller also with a pretty block. Johnson keeps, turns the corner, and he is close to a 1st down. I believe he has it before he's taken out of bounds. So here come the Trojans now answering.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break defense so far for Broomfield in this quarter, Bill. Giving up chunks of yardage as we see Johnson coming off takes a high snap and handles it well and turns the corner, and there's little Ireland out there on the corner just trying to grab his leg and hold on for dear life.
And it's Gunderson, good yardage again. So now the offensive line of Longmont asserting themselves. As you see the clock, minute 39 to go and counting. And because of Trent Ireland of Broomfield, we've put the clock in green for him. 21-7, Eagles lead, but Longmont threatening. Ball at the 21-yard line. 2nd down, call it 3. Gunderson on the pitch. Right side, and he's still on his feet, dragging tacklers. Making the stop for the Broomfield Eagles was Ryan Kennedy. And it's a 1st down for the Trojans.
It's odd, Bill. They've owned the line of scrimmage in this quarter, but they went for it on 4th down and got stuffed. But really, literally, offensively, Longmont is moving all over the field. Kind of, like I said, a bend but don't break here for the Eagles. Let's see if they can make a stop.
Gunderson straight up the middle. He's wrapped up and taken down inside the 15-yard line. Under a minute to go as the clock moves, under 45 seconds left, 3rd quarter. If Longmont can score here, we could have a pretty exciting 4th quarter of play. Lipford in motion, fake the pitch to him. Little flare pass complete to Knaus, and Knaus is pushed back. Nemai there and gets a little shove from Knaus, who didn't appreciate the extra shove.
Clock's still running. They just stopped his forward progress. He didn't actually get out of bounds. So
did not get the first down. It'll be 3rd and short, and they will not get this play off. So the 3rd quarter of play comes to a close. Our score, Broomfield 21, Longmont 7. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We'll be back for the 4th quarter. Stay with us. Thank you. And there's the score, 21-7 Broomfield over Longmont. 12 minutes to go in regulation. And Longmont is threatening 3rd and 1 on the Broomfield 8-yard line. Referee Mike Kelly blows his whistle, and we're set to go. Knaus, 1st down, inside the 5. And he is stacked up right at the 5-yard line. We'll see where they spot the ball. I think just outside the 5. 1st down and goal to go for the Trojans.
Knaus kind of was the wedge in that little situation there. Guys pushing on him from the back, guys pushing on him from the front, and he just went straight in the air.
Knaus, 6 carries, 20 yards. Chop split to the far side, to the near side. It's Charles. Johnson keeps, and he's in for the score. Jake Johnson, the touchdown run from 5 yards out. And the Trojans draw closer.
Yeah, just using the big offensive line. Pretty easy play. Johnson picks his hole, follows a big offensive line down through the gap and into the end zone.
Very important extra point here.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is a big extra point.
Joey Sinia will attempt the extra point. Junior kicker out of the hold of Huber Parker. Kick is up and it is good.
That's a way better kick than I kicked in the opening warm-ups, Bill.
That was a very nice kick. So with 11:31 to go in the 4th quarter, it's Broomfield 21, Longmont 14, and let's see that second Longmont touchdown.
This is just Jake Johnson picking his poison, trying to find a gap on his offensive line. Nice kick out block there by the tight end, and Johnson follows that block into the end zone. Following that big offensive line, Coyle, Keller, all those guys up front doing a job in the entire 3rd quarter. They were owning the line of scrimmage pretty much the entire 3rd quarter. Just turned it over on downs early in that 3rd quarter and then punched that one in for 6.
So Joey Sinia will kick off. Ireland is deep along with Ritger and Jordan Hood. And it's a nice kick, and that will be in the end zone for the touchback as Ireland fields it, and he can't do anything about it. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And what Gary Davies would like here, Ryan, obviously a long, time-consuming drive resulting in points.
Well, especially when most of your players have been going both ways, Bill. Hey, you're getting into the 4th quarter, starting to wear out a little bit. Be nice to have a nice time-consuming, sustained drive, most of it on the ground, punch some guys in the mouth, and chew up a little bit of this clock if you can.
Fisher to the far side.
Oh, and score.
And in a slot to the right, it's Gorman. And here's the give. That's Gentry. 9-yard gain. Sean Gentry piling up the yards as he is finally brought down. Making the tackle is Matt Martine. Gentry now with 15 carries and 56 yards.
You'll see at the end of this run, Bill, this is basically just the spread formation, and the quarterback gives it to Gentry through the gap. Watch at the very end of this play. Guys really trying to grab a hold of that football. Got to keep control of it, 2 hands on it if you can for Broomfield.
Eric Kaiser fakes, keeps, and he runs into a wall called Justin Hansen. You've heard of the Berlin Wall. This was the Hansen Wall.
Yeah, that was that was a steamrolling right there.
No gain on the play. 3rd and a very important one. Lewis Fisher comes in with the play. Exiting is Dylan Ritker. 10:23 to go and counting, 4th quarter. Both teams with all timeouts left, each with 3. Gentry struggles and does not get the first down. Good heavens.
Yeah,
on the tackle was Matt Thompson. Also making the play coming up in the outside linebacker spot was Brandon Denis.
Good.
And now if you're Gary Davies, I would surmise you have to punt.
No, Bill, there was a flag on the play. And it's going to be a face mask on the defense. As Gentry went through the offensive line, defensive lineman grabbed his face mask. I don't know if it's the 5-yard or the 15, but I believe it's going to be the big boy.
We'll see if we can get a replay on that, but I did not see the flag come.
Just the 5-yarder.
But that's good enough for a first down, a very costly penalty.
That's a killer for Longmont right there.
That is the 4th penalty for Longmont, and that will hurt them. So 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for Broomfield. Whistle blows, and now an official's timeout. Making sure the ball is spotted correctly. It's been a good job tonight by the officiating crew of Mike Kelly. Kaiser with room, downfield, overthrown. His intended receiver was Dylan Ritker. He was covered on the play by Cameron Herbert.
And Ritker was open. Kaiser just missed him. He was open on the sideline, and Kaiser just overthrew him. And he had plenty of time, too. Nice rollout. No one really chasing him. It's probably about the most amount of time he's had all night.
And even though that was an errant pass, you could see the arm strength of Kaiser. I didn't know he had that good a gun.
Well, and in the touchdown pass in the first half, he threw that ball probably 40 yards in the air on the run. So
Fisher and Gorman to the right. Fake to Gentry. Kaiser keeps, little stutter step, and a good tackle by Matt Martine, the cornerback. Martine, not a big guy, just 5'9", 150 pounds.
Kaiser runs. I want to call it. I want to call it picking his spots. Patient, but he really needs to see that hole before he decides to go through it. And that time he found a little edge, a little seam out on the edge, and took advantage of it.
3rd and 6 at the 38. Another big 3rd down play for the Broomfield Eagles. Approaching 9 minutes to go. Slant. Incomplete. Pass was intended for Zach Gorman. Catchable pass. Not an easy play, though. And Broomfield will have to punt it away.
Not an easy pass, but I'm going to guess if you talk to Gorman after the game, he's going to say that he should have had that ball. Good pass by Kaiser, put it low, and just basically the only person that could have got to this was his wide receiver. And it just went off of Gorman's hands. And
DJ Fowler is deep. Ryan Kennedy will punt it away for Broomfield. High end-over-end punt, and the ball is caught by Fowler in traffic. Fortunate for Longmont, there was no fumble. And the Trojans have the ball at their own 33-yard line with 8:59 to go, trailing by a touchdown.
I don't know how Fowler caught that. I thought it hit off of his own man. Good concentration. Sometimes short kicks, the guys running back to block don't see the ball, and it can ricochet off them. That would be disastrous for the Trojans. So Zach Johnson, All-State quarterback, 19 touchdown passes a year ago. Senior, this is where senior leadership pays dividends. And we've got some movement on the line. It looks like Cody Wheeler may have jumped. Yeah, I think he definitely jumped, and he knew it as soon as he hit the man. He uncoaxed, if you will. Can I do a little coaching up here, Ryan? Let's do it. Cody Wheeler, he did jump offside, and he slapped his hands together, annoyed with himself. In the future, if he jumps offside, he's got to step back and point at the offensive guys to say he moved. Not a good acting job by Cody Wheeler. An honest man. Here's Lipford. No room. He is shoved out of bounds with authority. Making the tackle was Dominic Nemai. And let's take a look at this hit. They're running the multi-double wing to the short side of the field, and a little easier to stretch it out when you go that way, and Nemai and company come over and make a nice play. Also in on the tackle was Kennedy, who's had a very efficient game. Broomfield jumping again, did not make contact this time. I'm guessing Johnson is mixing up his cadence. Knaus, the pitch. Knaus with room, first down and more. Inside the 50-yard line, down to the Broomfield 45. Still plenty of time on the clock, Bill, 8 minutes and 48 seconds. And here come the Trojans again on the ground, just like they've been doing it pretty much this entire half. And that time it was Knaus, but you could name your running back, and even Johnson, and they're moving it on the ground as Knaus finds a nice seam there on the left side of that offensive line. Thompson with a nice block. 1st and 10. Fake to Knaus. Pass, crossing pattern to Gunderson. He's got it, knocked out of bounds inside the Broomfield 25-yard line. Blake on the coverage. Now the fans on the far side of the field exuberant as the Trojans marching downfield, trailing by a touchdown. And that's the kind of play you're going to see when you've been able to run the ball as successfully as the Trojans have here in the second half. You finally do that play fake. Everybody bites on it. You get a leak out of the backfield from the running back, and Gunderson turns it into a big play. 1st and 10 at the 25. Knaus. Wrapped up by Tatum, but after 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. .803 to go. Now under 8 minutes. 2nd down and 6. Knaus again, this time he doesn't go far. Kennedy splitting a seam and making the stop with assistance from Trevor Valle. And Kennedy coming up from his defensive back position makes a nice play there. Knaus, he jumped as if he was startled, jumped straight in the air to try to avoid him, but no avoiding that one. Nice tackle. Now Ryan, with 7:25 on the clock, you do have 3 timeouts left if you're Longmont. 3rd and 5. Is this 4-down territory? Well, it depends on what you do on 3rd, I guess. Looks like Johnson's going to change up his snap count here a little bit. They are in field goal range. Lipford gets the pitch, and Lipford close to a 1st down, maybe a little short. Tatum on the tackle with Ireland, and this will bring up a 4th down. And Doug Johnson will go for it. 4th and 2 at the 17. I think his team wants him to go for it as we watch a replay of Lipford coming off the right side here, Bill. And there's Ireland in at the end of that play, just trying to slow him down a little bit. Big play, probably the defining play of the game here, Bill.
Knaus, first down and more, inside the 10-yard line. Excellent blocking up front. Nathan Mann and Matt Thompson with some good blocking. I'm taking another look at this one, Ryan.
Well, this is just a fantastic piece of blocking up front. Big hole, and even Johnson downfield blocking on a 4th down play.
Blake was trying to strip the football. Knaus again. This time he gets wrapped up coming around the corner to make the tackle was Dominic Nemai. 6 minutes to go. Second and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Little pass here.
I don't see him passing. They've been owning the line of scrimmage the entire quarter.
It gets tougher to run when you get closer sometimes. Not that time. Johnson scores. Jake Johnson, his second touchdown run of the night. And it's 21-20. Broomfield now clinging to a 1-point lead, extra point pending. And that was an excellent drive, all on the ground.
Every last, except for one pass play to Gunderson, everything else was on the ground, Bill. And that's just owning the trenches right there. Maybe a little fatigue factor on Broomfield's side. Most of their guys are going both ways, so might have saw just a little bit of fatigue here as we get closer to the end of this game.
Joey Sinia, it is up and it is good.
Not a great snap, but a fantastic hold on that, Bill.
So we're even at 21. 5:38 to go in the 4th quarter. And we heard about Johnson's ability to bring his team back. And Johnson now 8 carries, 32 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
There's Johnson. Oh, just lays a stiff arm on Tatum. Tatum had a shot to bring him down, and Johnson with the stiff arm and into the end zone for a touchdown, and we are all tied up, Bill.
So Johnson 2 running touchdowns and a passing touchdown. 5:38 to go. No need for Broomfield to panic. They're at home. Their offense has been moving the ball.
5:38 is an eternity in football. It's a long time.
And both teams have their complete allotment of timeouts. So Joey Sinia will kick off. He's put a couple in the end zone tonight. Ireland awaits deep. And Ireland will have a chance at the 4. Trent Ireland to the 20. Out to the 26-yard line before he's corralled. Fowler on the tackle along with Jordan Johnson. So we have a battle of senior quarterbacks. Got Jake Johnson for Longmont. Actually, Kaiser's a junior. My bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
I meant to say he'll be a senior next year. That was my thought. He's playing like a senior.
Yeah, he is.
All right, really I messed up. I'm choking. It's a tight ball game. Kaiser in the shotgun. And we've got a flag, and I believe the left end, Scott Coyle, jumped offside.
He wasn't offside by much. I thought he got back, but apparently the referee sees it a little bit differently than me. You know, I am 40 yards from the field or so.
I wonder if Cody Wheeler saw him jump offside and then he snapped the ball. Sometimes the center, when he sees a guy is offside and snaps it, he knows that whatever happens on the play will stand. And if something bad happens, at least you have the penalty to fall back on. So it's 1st and 5 from the 32. Kaiser has some room. And the gap closes quickly. Picks up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and short. Making the tackle was Van Kipper.
You know, and Kaiser's got this is a design pass play, and if there's nothing open, then Kaiser makes the decision to tuck and run. Rolling to his right, just can't find anybody down the field and decides Yeah, I'm just going to try to make some positive yardage out of it. He had a host of white shirts around him there at the end.
Actually, that was Herbert on the tackle. Here's the give inside, and Gentry pops free from a scrum. Gets it out to the 46-yard line. First down, Broomfield. How in the world did he escape that mass of humanity?
I thought he was going to go down in the heap and just came firing out of there.
So another first down for Broomfield. Ball at the 46-yard line. Fake to Gentry. Kaiser keeps, and that was sniffed out nicely by Longmont. Matt Thompson is the first guy to grab him. Second down and 10, no gain. 4:03 to go and counting. 21-21. Broomfield and Longmont.
Moving the football, chewing up some time. Efficient offense for Broomfield on this drive so far.
I have a feeling Fisher might be involved in a big play soon. He's been quiet offensively. Fisher split to the near side. In a slot is Gorman. Kaiser sees an opening, and he gets out of bounds inside Longmont territory at the 49-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down and 5.
It's still a manageable third down, and that's basically where they're trying to put themselves all game. Kaiser with 100 yards rushing now on the night, and really didn't start out the game looking like he was going to do much rushing at all, and then kind of made the team made the adjustment in the second quarter as we got a timeout on the field. Bill, as we're watching the replay here as Kaiser rolls out of bounds. Timeout for Broomfield.
So 3:33 to go in the fourth quarter. A 21-21 ball game. And the Eagles facing a 3rd and 5 at the Longmont 49. And Gary Davies decides to talk it over.
And like I was saying, Bill, manageable third down. And they basically been trying to put themselves in this situation the entire night.
And the city council meetings you can see on KCCB, Channel 8. Very important to know what's going on in the community. You can also visit the website, www.broomfield.org. And of course, the calendar of events, September 26th, Fishing at the Bay. Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day on October 3rd. And October 17th, another event that I did not see. And those are the programs you can catch on Broomfield Channel 8. Here we go, 3rd and 5, crucial play. End around to Ireland. Ireland with some room. Close, but pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it.
Edgar Mendoza came up and made a great play to stretch that out just a little bit more and ran him into the sidelines.
And Coyle also got some penetration.
Help push it back a little ways, but yeah, if you got to run farther backwards and then try to run forward, it takes a little bit more time to make that corner. As you see, Ireland right there. There's Coyle with the penetration. He just eludes the tackle, and he goes around the end, and Mendoza comes up and makes a nice play to force him out of bounds right at the end. And they are going to punt, Bill.
So Kennedy will punt. Fowler is deep at the 10-yard line. High punt. It will bounce at the 17, and it will die at the 16. So with 3:17 to go and 3 timeouts left, Longmont has the football in their own territory. First and foremost, if you're Longmont, ball security.
Absolutely.
You turn it over here, and it could be the ball game. And if you're Broomfield, you can't give up the big play.
If Coach Johnson could be in that huddle right now, what do you think he's yelling? 2 hands on the football. 2 hands on the football. He turns to everyone that's going to be handling the football. 2 hands on the football.
We spoke to Coach Johnson before the game.
Intense man.
A little bit intense. Yeah. Here's Knaus. Knaus with some good yardage, and he has a first down out near the 30-yard line. Good up front blocking. Paul Johnson on that block.
Just the wing coming through the gap again, and Knaus with a nice illusion of a tackle there. Shook him off and made some positive yards.
Under 3 minutes to go. Johnson to air it out. Has his man over the middle. Complete for a first down. That is Dalton Cole, the 6'3", 200-pound senior, and we have an injured Broomfield player back at the 20-yard line.
Dalton Cole caught a ball earlier in this game. Big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds.
And we're not sure who the injured Broomfield player is. And the trainer is out. Well, let's take a look at that completion.
Yeah, just trickling out of the backfield there. Just a drag play across the middle of the field for Dalton Cole, and nice little easy pitch and catch for Johnson. Johnson, 12 of 19, 145 yards and a touchdown.
We saw the trainer attending to the injured player. Hopefully it's just a cramp. And there you see the upcoming schedule. Again, the Erie Holy Family game. I will not be there, unfortunately. I have to go to a wedding. Yes, I know. Very disappointed in that.
During football season? Who gets married during football season?
That's what I say. At least it wasn't a Saturday. But Brett Davis will be filling in for me. Brett called numerous games in the state of Oklahoma. He's an Oklahoma State grad.
A Cowboy.
Cowboy, indeed. So again, they're checking over the injured Broomfield player. Appears to be something with the left leg. And in the meantime, 2:50 to go on the clock, 21-21. And those are the upcoming games. At Niwot, certainly not an easy game. We'll have the Thompson Valley game here. Doesn't one of your cousins play for Thompson Valley?
My cousin does play for Thompson Valley, a junior, so we'll see a little bit of him.
Well, Ryan, since your cousin is playing, you might have to excuse yourself from the broadcast in the sake of...
Did Bob Greasy excuse himself when Brian was playing?
Good point. And jogging off the field and looking okay for Broomfield that was Colin Eakes. So I'm glad he's okay. We also caught a glimpse of the upcoming schedule for Longmont. 1st and 10 at the 45. Handoff up the middle, nowhere. Good penetration. James Roberts, the sophomore, was able to get in on that stop. Also, Cody Wheeler. Cody Wheeler's been all over the field tonight.
Well, some sophomores getting some action here tonight, Bill. You got players going both ways, and Coach Davies needs all the fresh legs he can get.
And this is a team that has been hit hard by the flu. A lot of kids missing practice. 2nd down and 9. Flip to Knaus. And he gets tracked down from behind. So a minimal pickup. And it looked like Fisher on the tackle.
Yeah, it was Fisher. And that's part of the reason why he's getting looked at by some D1 schools, Bill.
Came on the blitz from the left side. So now a 3rd and long. If they don't make this, you might see Broomfield take a timeout. Minute 50 to go and counting. 3rd and 8 at the Longmont 47-yard line. Johnson under center. Johnson rolls to the near side, fires downfield. It is caught at the 39-yard line. 1st down, Broomfield. Dalton Cole, his 3rd catch of the night. Crowd booing. That was a clean catch, according to my vision.
It's a great catch. Bill, I don't know if he traps this against the ground. Maybe we'll get a good look at it here. First of all, great feat by the quarterback Johnson to even get away from that rush, and from that angle you just couldn't tell if he caught it or not.
Up the middle, Finley Garcia chewing up big yardage inside the 25-yard line of Broomfield, and right now Longmont is in field goal range for Cinia, and they still have 3 timeouts remaining. 1:09 to go, tied at 21. This would be a sensational comeback for Longmont if they could pull it off. They were down 21-7. Now Jake Johnson pitches the ball. Lipford, more big yardage. Down to the 20-yard line before he's corralled.
Running downhill, head of steam. That's tough to bring down a big guy like that.
Tatum with the tackle, and a timeout has been taken by Longmont. So they'll have 2 timeouts remaining. And we'll take another look at that last play.
Yeah, just a quick flip to Lipford, and once he squares those shoulders, he's kind of a little bowling ball guy. He's gonna put some punishment on some guys as he starts running north and south, Bill.
And right now, thinking about kicking a game-winning field goal, I'm sure, is Joey Sinia on the far sideline. So we could have a pressure kick for Longmont. And right now, if you're Broomfield, you need a turnover.
Absolutely, you need a turnover, or at least a stop to make them try to kick this. You know, high school football field goals are not necessarily just gimmies even when they're close in. So at least a stop to try to get this ball field goal attempt.
2nd down and 1. Ball at the Broomfield 15. Here's Knaus along the left side. He's got the 1st down and more. Down to the 6, maybe the 5-yard line.
The clock will stop as they move the chains, Bill, but this will start up again as we get under 40 seconds.
1st and goal to go from the 5-yard line. The Broomfield defense is exhausted. Do they have enough to stop Longmont? Gunderson follows his blockers. Touchdown, Longmont. 23 seconds left on the clock, and the Trojans take a 27-21 lead. They're going nuts on the far sideline, the people who came down from Longmont. So now the extra point attempt by Sinia. Sinia 3 for 3 tonight on extra points. Make it 4 for 4.
It's a shocker. It's a shocker if you're a Broomfield fan. You were pretty much in the driver's seat in this game just 12 minutes ago, and now you're looking at a deficit with 23 seconds left.
And you know, Ryan, I think every point in this game has been scored to the end zone to our right, the south end zone.
Okay.
Am I correct in that?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there is that some kind of voodoo on the other end, or is that what you're saying?
No, but we've been looking to our right pretty much the entire game.
That is true.
28-21 Longmont, 23 seconds left. You wonder if there's any trickery coming up on the kickoff. Trent Ireland going deep along with Ritker and Hood. Sinia will kick off. He's put a couple in the end zone. And Doug Johnson, the head coach of Longmont, would like to see another one. Line drive kick. And Ireland touched his knee down at the 3-yard line. The ball looked like it may have been deflected by Hood. A worst case scenario.
And they'd been better off just letting it bounce into the end zone, Bill.
That is a tough break.
Ireland looked like he was going to catch that ball, and one of his teammates got in front of him and tipped it back to him. Ireland fell on his knee. There's not a lot you're going to be able to. That's a deflected ball. Ireland just out of natural reaction tried to catch that ball, but if he tips that ball and it goes back in the end zone, that's a live ball.
Well, do the Broomfield Eagles have an Orton to Stokely tip play?
Those are
Take
tough
a
to come
miracle.
up with.
Throwing deep. Ireland gets tripped up. No flag, an inadvertent trip.
And I think that's the right call. Just tangled up legs there.
Crowd is voicing their displeasure. 15.5 seconds left. Kaiser aired it out. I'm surprised Longmont doesn't have a few players even deeper than they are. Right now the safeties are about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Well, and Broomfield still has 2 timeouts. If they can get something going here.
Well, they pretty much need a miracle play.
Yep.
Eric Kaiser, does he have some magic in that right arm? Pass complete to Ritker. Ritker up the center of the field. He's knocked down at the 24-yard line. Clock will stop for the first down. Tackled by Nick Chop. And a timeout taken by Broomfield. Broomfield has 1 timeout remaining. Time for 1 play, Ryan. Maybe 2 if it gets out of bounds.
Well, they still have 1 timeout, so maybe 2.
But even so, when you throw the ball deep, it runs a lot of.
It would have to be a short. It would have to be a short play to near the 50, if that, as we watch this little wide receiver screen to the left side. It would have to be a short play, Bill, that gets them within Hail Mary distance. Quick hitter across the middle or something, call a timeout, and hopefully your quarterback can throw the ball 50 yards in the air.
8.4 on the clock. And Jake Johnson, senior quarterback, is playing safety, and he's 30 yards from the line of scrimmage at the 50, playing center field. His instructions: don't let anybody get behind you. Kaiser rolls out, launches it deep. Nobody there. Ball is intercepted, and smartly taking a knee. That was on the pick, Dylan Huber Parker. And it was smart for him not to run around.
Absolutely.
So 0.7 on the clock, and we'll see if they take a knee. And the reason I say that, a year ago they had the game in the bag, Longmont over Broomfield, and they went for the rub-it-in touchdown. They called 2 timeouts on the final drive inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and that's that'll leave a bad taste in your mouth if you're Broomfield.
And
this one's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth if you're Broomfield as well, because you just had a huge lead going into the 4th quarter and gave it up.
So the Longmont Trojans rally from 21 to 7 down to take the victory 28-21 over Broomfield in an exciting high school football game. Again, 28-21 in favor of Longmont. They improved to 3-0 on the season, 2-0 in Northern Conference play. Broomfield drops to 1-2, 0-2 in Northern Conference action. Coming up next for Broomfield, they'll play at Niwot. And on the docket for Longmont, their next game, Fossil Ridge at Longmont. So again, a tough, heartbreaking loss for the Broomfield Eagles, Ryan.
Yeah, and they had the game, but some fatigue down the stretch. A lot of players playing both ways, and flu-ridden team basically, and they, I think they just ran out of gas towards the end there, and gave up what should have been a win for their team.
So Jake Johnson, 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass. He is our player of the game. Once again, the final score: Longmont 28, Broomfield 21. We'll be back with the post-game wrap-up after this. A dramatic 28-21 comeback victory for Longmont over Broomfield. Right now we're joined by Longmont senior quarterback Jake Johnson. And Jake, down 21-7, things didn't look good for your squad. How were you able to come back?
I think we just, you know, we had it in our hearts, so we wanted to win. I think we definitely had a couple of miscues, and that kind of hurt us. But I think overall our team's a great team, and we love to compete. And I think we just kind of bonded around each other at the right moment and came out with a victory.
What was the chatter like on the sideline when you guys were down?
It was a little bit of, you know, a little negative, but I think that our team leaders, they definitely stepped up and got the team rallied, and everybody responded real well.
Now, tonight you had a touchdown pass and 2 touchdown runs. What were some of the weaknesses that you guys saw in the Broomfield defense?
I mean, they're a great team. You got to hand it to them. I think there was just little gaps and stuff in the defense. We trained all week for it. We had great coaches preparing us for it. The flats were always wide open. You know, you take it until they bite down on it, and then you go deep on them. And I think we executed real well.
Now the Trojans are 3-0 this year. How good can you guys be?
I think we can go 14-0. I think we can win the state championship, to be honest. I mean, people might think it's a little bit cocky, but I mean, we've been there for the last 2 years, going in the playoffs and making a deep run. And I mean, yes, we lost 20 seniors last year, but we got 20 new ones this year. And I think we got a real good underclass coming up too. I think we mesh real well.
I think Longmont fans would rather hear you say 14-0 than 5-6.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody's out and they love it's Longmont Trojan football. I mean, it's Trojan Nation.
Now, Jake, you're a senior. What are your future plans?
I don't know right now. You know, I hope to go D1, play somewhere. But right now, I'm just kind of focusing on my high school senior year. I mean, who knows? I mean, you got to play it like it's your last play every time.
Play any other sports at Longmont?
I do. I might do basketball and I do track also.
Okay, well, congratulations, Jake, on an outstanding victory. Any celebration plans? I know you have class tomorrow, so you might have to delay the celebration until Friday night, but any big plans?
Oh, yeah, we'll probably get around, go probably out and eat somewhere, you know, just keep it clean, go have some fun with each other.
And then, of course, 8 o'clock bedtime, milk and cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jake. Appreciate it. Good job. And he's got the game ball right there. That's Jake Johnson, the victorious quarterback tonight, leading his team to the comeback win. And Ryan Kloberdans rejoins me. And if you're Broomfield, this is just a heartbreaking loss, but we know Gary Davies, he'll have this team ready to play against Niwot.
Oh, absolutely. Coach Davies, he's been in this position before. He's been 1-2 before, and he always gets his teams up and ready to play. And you know, they had a shot to win this game. They actually probably should have won this game. If you're going to talk to them, they should have won this game. Probably got a little tired down the stretch, and I think that's probably what hurt them.
Yeah, you don't want to make excuses, but it was obvious the defense was fatigued, and the flu bug that went around took its toll. I believe they just ran out of gas.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. You know, you got a lot of guys going both ways that probably aren't used to playing both ways. Probably haven't played both ways since they were playing on the freshman team, and you know, that'll hurt you down the stretch.
Now, I'll ask you the same question I asked Jake Johnson. How good can the Trojans be this year?
Well, if they keep running the football like that, their offensive line was unbelievable in that second half. Just was wearing down Broomfield, and you know, I think they can go a long way, especially if he can keep throwing the ball like he's doing as well.
And our next game on Channel 8 will be Erie at Holy Family, and Ryan, Brett Davis will be pinch hitting for me. Will you miss me next week?
Not a little bit.
Okay, I appreciate that. Anyway, it was an exciting game here at Broomfield High. The Eagles go down to defeat. An exciting high school football game. And that'll do it for the entire crew. For Ryan Kloberdans, our stat man Bob, or check out Don Apodaca. I'm Bill Rogan. Thanks for watching. Again, our final score, Longmont 28, Broomfield 21. A raucous crowd. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.